What's going on, everybody? Welcome inside FitnessInformant.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube channel. I'm F5 founder and CEO, Ryan Buck. I want to thank you for stopping by to check out 100% honest, no bullshit review of Performax Labs FitMax Fat Burner. Today we're going to talk to you guys about this on 5 different categories. First, we're going to talk about the ingredient profile. Second, we're going to talk about the effectiveness. Third, we're going to talk about the flavor. Fourth, the mixability, and show you a video of mixability here so you can see how it mixes up on camera. And then finally, we're going to talk about the value of this product. So let's dive into the ingredient profile of FitMax from Performax Labs. But first, before I do, I've said this and I'll say it again. Performax Labs, underrated company, makes really good products. A lot of people still don't necessarily know who this company is, but our goal here at FI is to shed some light on Performax Labs and let you guys know that they are making great products like FitMax. So let's dive into this right away. We're going to talk about this per 2 servings or per 2 scoops. There's 60 servings in the container if it's 1 scoop. We think it's more susceptible to a 2-scoop serving, which gives you better dosages, which is a 30-serving container. The first ingredient you're going to get is L-Carnitine L-Tartrate at 2,000 milligrams. Typically, L-Carnitine L-Tartrate is going to be dosed between 1,500 and 3,000 grams, depending on the purpose of it. There are some studies that show that it does aid in fat loss. It's more so for energy production based on moving fatty lipid acids to be burned off as energy in the body, but then there is that side effect to fat loss. So the 2,000 milligram dosage of L-Carnitine L-Tartrate is a good dosage, and it has some studies that are linked to fat loss that can help out. The second ingredient is choline bitartrate at 2,000 milligrams. Now, choline bitartrate is a cognitive enhancing ingredient. It's going to help with focus. It's going to improve your cognitive function. We typically see this dosed at 1 gram. So at 2 grams or 2,000 milligrams, choline bitartrate is going to be an absolute amazing dosage, and you're going to have decent focus from that ingredient alone. The next ingredient is olive leaf extract at 200 milligrams. It's showing it for heart health and also basically moving fatty lipid acids through the body at 200 milligrams. It's a good dosage. It's a unique ingredient. You don't see it in a lot of different products. In some fat burners you do, but here we see it with FitMax from Performax Labs. Rhodiola rosea is used at 200 milligrams. This is actually really good for anti-fatigue. So basically, it's going to help with the crash. You're not going to crash. It's going to keep you alert, going to keep you awake, and going to help keep burning energy or help producing energy in the body, which is burning fat off in a term of a fat burner. So it's a really expensive ingredient too. A lot of people don't know that. It's hard to source and it's really expensive to do. So it's really nice to see that ingredient used here in FitMax. Then you have basically you have synephrine used next at 50 milligrams, which is basically orange bitter extract on this. Synephrine at 50 milligrams. That's a great dosage of synephrine. It helps stimulate the central nervous system. It helps with fat loss. There are studies linked to synephrine and things like hornine and histamine that help with different fat loss. Speaking of, well, we'll get to that in a second. Extract at 8 milligrams. This is shown to increase metabolic rate. This is a really good dosage of this. The actual term for this, scientific term, I'm not going to try to pronounce because I can't, because it's weird, but I do know that there are studies linked to it that we link over at FitnessInformant.com that you can check it out. So this is the FitMax burn category here. There's actually a couple ingredients in the FitMax energy category I think that could come up here, like hornidine. We're going to talk about that in a second, but overall the burn category, if you look at L-Carnitine, okay, that's fine. Choline bitartrate, which is a focus ingredient, I like that. I do like the use of synephrine. I do like the use of Rhodiola rosea for anti-fatigue. So overall, a pretty good profile in terms of that. Now we get down to the energy matrix, which is going to also help burn fat, right? If your body produces energy, you're burning something to get energy, whether it's carbohydrates, whether it's fat, etc. You get 250 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. Solid doses of caffeine anhydrous in a fat burner. You don't want something super crazy like 400 milligrams. This is not a pre-workout, albeit some people could use this as a pre-workout. The next ingredient is Urea jurensis at 200 milligrams. This is a great stimulant. It actually helps with cognitive function, so it helps enhance mental clarity. It helps enhance memory. It helps with just overall being more alert throughout the day. This pairs very well with the 250 milligrams of caffeine to provide really good energy and really good focus, along with that choline bitartrate we talked about earlier on in this profile. Then you have teacrine, 40% at 125 milligrams. 40% of that, if you do the math, then you guys can figure it out. You're going to get the actual dosage that you're going to get the dosage that you want in this. It's going to be yielding exactly what you need. So it's Compound Solutions who makes teacrine. It suggests that we pair 50 milligrams of teacrine with basically 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. We're doing that here. This is going to help provide energy later on. So caffeine anhydrous is going to hit energy like within the first 15-20 minutes. Teacrine hits within 40-45 minutes. So that way you kind of get those 2 spikes in energy to keep it sustaining for an extended period of time. The next ingredient at 50 milligrams is hornidine. Hornidine, very, very similar to synephrine in terms of it aids in fat loss. Hornidine works really well with caffeine, pairs well with caffeine to help burn more fat. Huperzine A is going to be used at 100 micrograms in this. Another cognitive enhancing ingredient. So between Huperzine A, Uriah Gerensis, and Choline bitartrate, you should have really good focus from this product. And the last ingredient on this is going to be ralosine at 3 milligrams. This is a very strong stimulant that aids or that burns fat. So if you look at the FitMax burn, some of these ingredients like ralosine, Huperzine probably could be moved, or not Huperzine, excuse me, hornine could be moved up, and something like Choline bitartrate could be moved down. But overall, really good energy, really good focus, and some proven fat loss ingredients that are in this profile. In terms of effectiveness, this is great. You obviously have a thermogenic effect with the caffeine, with the hornine, with the synephrine, and the ralosine. You're going to have an increased body temperature, which means you're burning off calories. You're burning it for energy, which means you could be potentially losing fat. It also is an appetite suppressant. It does really well because if you know, caffeine and stimulants actually suppress your appetite, which is a really good thing if you're obviously trying to lose weight. You want to, the formula for losing weight is, calories in is less than calories out. So the less you take in, assuming you're still eating a healthy amount because of the stimulants, you're going to lose weight and potentially burn off fat. Those are the two big things in this, right? Your energy levels are going to be great. Your focus is going to be fantastic. So overall, this could double as a pre-workout, but it's a really good fat burner to maybe take. So if you work out, say 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, this is something you want to take maybe later in the day, which works really well. You don't want to take it with a pre-workout because that would be just essentially caffeine overload. So this is a really good, effective fat burner, one of the better ones on the market today, if not the best fat burner that we've tried here at Fitness Informant. So very good job by Performax Labs. In terms of flavor, orange mango, we're huge fans of citrus flavors. They nailed it with this one. It was really good. We taste just like orange mango. It tastes tropical. It tastes Caribbean. It tastes like you would imagine, and it's very refreshing. And it's not like some fat burners on the market, which taste more chemically or has some weird aftertaste. This one was really good. In terms of mixability, we'll show you here on camera. Slight particles in it after you mix it up, but overall with 2 scoops on this thing mixes really well. 1 scoop is 3.75, so for 2 scoops, you're essentially going to be at 7.5 grams, which is not a lot. And if you're mixing it between 6 and 12 ounces of water, like the instructions say, you should be able to get good mixability. So again, there are some particles, some grit, because some of these particles or some of these ingredients are not super soluble in water. That's to be expected. But as you can see from the video here, this thing mixes up really well. In terms of value, this thing retails for 40 bucks for 30 servings. I think it's a really good value for this product. I think it works well. I think it's dosed correctly, and I think it has some really good ingredients. So for $40 for a fat burner, I think that's the going rate for fat burners today. A lot of fat burners, OTC fat burners, are overrated. They suck. They're garbage. There's been several that we reviewed here at F5 that we actually would get behind, and this is definitely one of them. Definitely worth 40 bucks. Check below for a coupon code to see if we can save you a few dollars on FitMax from Performax Labs, because that would make this even more of a value for you as a consumer. Follow us on all our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe now box here below. Make sure you check out our podcast. It's called Be Informed, Live Fit. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Stitcher, and more. And for this full, in-depth written review, more reviews for Performax Labs, fat burners, huge supplement deals, rankings, news, workout routines, and nutrition plans, check us out online. We're at fitnessinformant.com.